Fight Sport Manila Verbal Sparring.
When we came out with PWR Homecoming back in October, we knew that the rest of the Philippines won't be able to witness what we're able to put forward into probably our best product to date. So we always had in the pipeline a pay-per-view in mind. And luckily for us, this May 31st, I think end of this week, we are coming out with PWR Special Homecoming on pay-per-view. It's going to be at streamsessions.live. Of course, the first word of PPV pay-per-view is pay, so there will be a minimal rate for 500 pesos to catch the biggest pro wrestling event to date. Of course, hindi siya sayang. It's not really. It's bang for your buck because not only will you get to witness Philippine wrestling, like the local grown talents such as me, Chino Ginto, and Cuatro, and Chris Panzer will be on later, but also some of the more notable Filipino wrestlers around the world. Like if you're familiar with Jeff Cobb, who was an Olympian in Guam, who's now competing in New Japan Pro Wrestling, also competing in Ring of Honor. And of course, we're all familiar with TJ Perkins, now known as TJP, when he won the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, repping the flag all over the world. So it's really bang for your buck. For 500 pesos, get a piece of Philippine wrestling history. We're launching that May 31st at Stream Sessions Live. I think we'll share the link later to you guys. Yeah.
Cool. Definitely, man. Hey, for everyone else who's thinking about the price, 500 pesos is a steal. Let me tell you why. You're going to have like the ringside view. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chino, the prices for that was like in the 3,000 peso range when you watch it live. Am I correct?
The ringside, which we call it the gold seats, will be around like 2,500, 3,000.
And you can share it with your friends. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and for 500 pesos, you have different angles now to watch it.
Another cool thing is that it has commentary. So you have the voices of Red, Poch, Billy Swade. We also have Stan giving the play-by-play. So you guys get to know who those athletes are, the stories behind the match, and the moves. Kasi, they have their own sets of moves with their own names. So it's a cool thing. Like you have the Gold Digger as your signature move, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now
to add to that factor with you mentioned about the commentary, it's also a good deal for those who are experiencing PWR for the first time. We have had fans on social media that have been saying they've been wanting to watch PWR, but they live in Cebu or say down in Visayas and in other islands. And now this is a chance for them to not just watch PWR's full match Fridays that we have on YouTube or on Facebook, but now it's a full card from beginning to end of the biggest show that we have produced. So it's really a great steal. No need to fly over here. No need to fall in line with everyone. So if you're a first time viewer of PWR or you for some reason missed out on PWR Homecoming or you want to relive that moment, 500 pesos is just a steal. And we're coming out with that May 31. Sorry, Paolo, you were about to say something.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. You have no excuse to not see this show. It's 500 pesos wherever in the Philippines. Or is this available internationally too, or just the Philippines?
No, it's available to anyone who has the link. When you go to Stream Sessions Live, even for our fans in the Southeast Asian region, or overseas in the US or in Europe, you will be able to catch PWR Homecoming. We've had fans and even some wrestlers who would be messaging us or those who came over and would talk about Homecoming because they heard of it back in Europe or they heard of it back in Australia, in Singapore, and they were like, "Oh, good luck with Homecoming," or like, "Oh, how did it go?" And this is a chance for the fans even there to catch what we were able to do here in the Philippines.
And just to be fair because this came from actual facts. A lot of people told me that it is better than the international wrestling show that had their show before you guys. I think if it was a week ago. In terms of action, of course. Kasi ano talaga, they're giving their all. I mean, if you see the match, and we will show one later, right, Chino? It's amazing. You gotta see it to believe it. So order that.
Interesting that you mentioned that because I think a couple of weeks before us, there was WWE live in Manila.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I was
let's
talking
call it.
about. Okay.
it's it's. I mean, no knock on them. They're the biggest pro wrestling promotion in the world. But I guess for fans to say that, and for you to say something like that you enjoyed the local product more, um, then and for us it's really a big deal because these are guys that we still are idols of. We still envision, we still study their stuff. And I mean, no knock on WWE. They're doing this day in and day out, all over the world, flying 8-hour flights, landing, wrestling. I mean, of course, that's how we'd want it. But no knock on what they do. But I mean, for me, the local love is so much more. So thank you for supporting us. We hope that we continue to bring forth the local love for pro wrestling.
Yeah, and to comment on that, we're not saying the WWE is bad. I'm saying that PWR Homecoming is that good.